want to turn your music off? Because it's going to get us. There we go. All right. We're live.
We're
AI,
live.
AI do. Um, I think that's going to be
Where
our
are we
tagline.
live?
We're on the MyMI wallet, YouTube, and Twitch channels.
Check.
Um,
Welcome, world. AI
welcome,
do.
AI do. All right. Whoa, what'd you do to the website, bro? Did you break it?
Me? It may have been me.
What was you? Get it back up. No worries. Anyways, let me see. I actually have this. We have Mike on the team. Let me make sure audio is pulling. Hello, hello. I'm good on you. Yeah, I got you. So our one of our partners, Mike Phelps, he has Nexus Arena, and this is pretty decent website as well. What is it? GG. I guess he's not hosting it anymore. But the premise behind that, we're gonna move it on to TBI GreenCube as well, and that's basically like a side betting uh, e-gaming application and
Hmm.
platform where you can watch like your favorite streamers playing another streamer and basically bet on those games. Some of those types of platforms exist, but we're looking at like trying to get crypto involved in it and everything. So I got Palmer's Lab pulled up on the display if you want to share anything about it.
Absolutely. Palmer's Lab is meant to be a safe space for children um, to utilize AI. No, back it up. Palmer's Lab is basically changing kids from wiring kids from consumers to consumers and producers. Um, Getting them to understand, maybe a baseline of how computers work as they continuously take over our life and integrate into our lives, how systems work, how coding works, at least just the foundations. From there, once they have those foundations, it's supposed to be a system that allows them to explore their own interests while saving, filing away, and then creating repositories for their parents to understand what they're learning and to pull that back up down the road and to build on that knowledge down the road. So many times in my life, I've had 4 or 5 different careers. I've learned, I've deep dived into each one, and then at the end of it, right before I was about to hop off to the next career, I remember thinking, H1, man, I really, it's gonna be kind of hard launching off into a new career. I've got all this knowledge here. What do I do with it? And every single time that knowledge has fed into how I approach the next phase of my life. The same should be true for these kids. Instead of whenever they get done with a class and they submit their tests and they submit their homework and they forget about it, is there a way to make them A, care about it, B, build on it, and C, have a record of it? Um, and then finally, how do you do this on premise? How, because they can't give their consent to have their data
When you say
pushed
on
out.
premise, are you referring to locally to the user's unit, like their PC or
Yes,
tablet, for example?
yes,
Gotcha.
on premise and at scale. Now, there will be a jumping off point because we all do agree at some point to give our data out for convenience. There
Hmm.
will be a jumping off point, but only when it's consent to the governed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They understand what they're giving away. They understand why they're giving it away. Like for me, man, I really don't understand what all I've given away in my lifetime. But wouldn't it be cool? And then so like those are all different branches of it. What started the concept was how can I give my son an AI agent that can grow with him, an AI digital replicant or assistant, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, so that it can be tracking with him as he grows. And then when it comes time for him to launch into his own business and to his own career, whatever else, it's
So
an on premise thing that is built with him and
yeah, he
has
can
all the
take with him.
context that he could possibly need
Yeah.
to be able to move forward with it and have that helping him.
So basically, it's a way for the child, the AI, and the parent to agree on basically the right roadmap, to the
Yes.
knowledge and growth that fits where the child currently is, but not limits
Yes.
them to a confined box. Um, I think when you
So
have
pause there. So like
okay,
that's the first part of it is the first three modules are an assessment. The parent is put through the modules first. What does the parent understand about this and how should I interpret things for the parent
hmm,
if the kid surpasses them,
right,
right? Or if they want and like too the parent depending on their um depending on their background and how much they want to learn and how much time they have to put into it, it can become this interface between parent and child.
yeah,
But also it gives the child a little bit of autonomy, right? He gets to go build his own side quests and discover it. So and then the kid is put through this same onboarding. And so from there it goes, okay, awesome. We have all this context. This is how I give this information and this is where we start. All right,
right.
back
It
to it. So it's an agreement. That's a cool way to put it, dude.
yep,
Is a consented agreement between all three parties
right.
that is safe, secure, and does the same way that our businesses are handled with guardrails and limits to what it can do.
Well, it takes the idea of a child telling their parent, "Hey, mom, dad, this is what I want to be when I grow up," and
Hmm.
the parent can, yeah, and when I think of something like this, could basically go in there and help them build that roadmap to get prepared for that from, you know, even an elementary level. It sounds like entry into, normal grade school and then making their way as they progress and grow through middle school and high school to prepare for college and you know focus on
Not
like
even prepare for college, dude. Just to
well
understand
that's what I'm saying
the
like if
game we're all playing.
well what I'm saying is that was the next thing I was going to point out, but what I'm saying is like they don't have to waste resource because they have a defined path that gets them there to
Yes.
that
Yes.
equation of this is what I want to be when I grow up. So if that's college and it's a doctor, right? They can do things in middle school, high school at home to prepare them mentally for what that workload looks like in college to even get past the
Mm.
first 4 years, to then
Mm.
get past that residency to get to their, end goal of
Yeah.
being a doctor, for example. But, that could be anything from an electrician's, and that goes to that missing piece of, financial literature not really being pressed even through grade school, and only you got to pay for it basically in college to get that knowledge. And if your field doesn't necessarily focus on financial markets or services, like that still could be a missing piece beyond college. So the same thing applies back to technology itself and how well
Yeah.
it's integrated in a person from and how they're raised into it. And like you said, that can sit between the three parties where they're protected and secured along the way. That's what it sounds like. So, I mean, that's amazing. Um, there was something else you
That's
pointed out.
exactly it, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's it.
And, I mean, it if a child is going to be, for instance, playing a game like Minecraft or Roblox, and they can build their own environments to their liking, um,
Hmm.
it takes away that frustration piece of being restricted
Yeah.
and controlled by someone else's world and rule set, and then also trains, you know, the child to figure out how to understand or read logic, common sense logic, I guess, and reinforcing that too would be the third piece I'd point out.
Well, so there was one piece in there where you were like, they're playing their game. I remember playing games when I was a kid, and it felt like like it was magic, right? But
Hmm.
also it was a magic that was closed off to me. I get to look at the result and play with the result of it, but I don't understand how it works, and I don't know that it's malleable beyond the parameters of the game that I'm playing in.
Hmm.
I think one of the biggest realizations for kids now is that nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, especially when they're adult, is not malleable, is not able to be shaped or built to what they need or want to do.
Right.
And so building a like one thing that scares the mess out of me, if you go watch these graduation ceremonies and they bring in like these like top level executives, and these top level executives are trying to help them, they're talking about AI, and as soon as the word AI is dropped, they're screaming booze.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've
They're
seen some of those
rejecting
videos
it.
out there.
N-
Yeah.
I was down south in Grand Isle, and at one of the wildlife parks that you can go fish at, they
Hmm.
have golf cart runners because the walk to down the beach is so far, right?
Yep.
So they have wildlife and fisheries has cart runners, and they're just all 18, 25-year-old kids that a lot of them were going to LSU, and so we got to talk with them. I went out and fished 3 times, and so the trip there, the trip back, every time we were talking with, and one of those dudes, Bo, he was a very southern, young man, very Cajun. He had a very thick Cajun accent, but he was intelligent. He was in business and logistics, and he was like, "Man, they're showing us and they're teaching us how to do it with AI." He's like, "I'll be honest, I'm 2 years in and I really don't know anything. All I know is how to make it do it for me." He is like, "In two, I hate it." He was like, "I hate it. We need a Roosevelt style um, person that comes back and puts a bunch of common sense in everybody's mind. And when they have actual regulations behind it, then I'll be interested in what it's going to do for me."
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a really cool and calculated and measured response to this. But it is still a rejection. And I was like, I told me and him talked about it. I was like, but you don't think non-participation, I mean, you think non-participation is the way into it? You really think that regulation is going to happen faster because of, the older generation?
Hmm.
They're not going to regulate it. They're making money off of it.
Yeah.
They don't know how it works. They put, private equity firms put thousands of dollars into these systems because they know it'll make them money. And the younger generation or the people that had already been working with this stuff are employed by them or own with them because they have an inside knowledge, but they're not going to regulate it at the pace you want. If your generation is extremely concerned with regulation, make it happen. Go understand the system first.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that, but it
No,
was
I see what
just
you're saying.
so
Like,
it was eye-opening, man. It was
yeah,
eye-opening to hear like he wants to go back to the 60s and 70s.
the traditions,
And
like we were talking
yes,
about
he
earlier, right?
needs them. He
Yeah.
needs them because we're already seeing the unmooring of social roles and what is it?
Just the degradation, or if that's a word for morality, um, and
Yeah,
and on every what's the word, on every battlefield we face, right? Um,
yeah. For me, it's more of like it doesn't matter what your role is so long as you have one.
yeah,
And
and you play your
if,
part.
his in my role when I was his age was to work my ass off in college,
Hmm.
study, make money, and figure this out,
Yeah,
right? Figure this out. Figure like I'm coming out from my parents' wings, under my parents' wings, and it's now time to fly. And for him, it's really not,
right.
at least not at that level. And then in 2 generations, it won't be at all if college is even there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
So you're unmooring these kids from not distractions. Maybe it is distractions. I don't care what it is. Work distractions, effort, just general, like we said, building our apps, right? Building our code to encompass more and work better. They're losing it. Um, and there's a scientist in the I think the late 1800s that did this with rats. Um, and he wasn't a doomsday. Like he did 24 different. What he did was he set up
I've read
these
this story.
labs with
Yeah.
yeah,
But go
he
ahead.
set these labs for everything to work well for them. They don't have to search for food. They have plenty of space. They have no roles. There was no
Nothing to
competition.
accomplish in their day.
Um, yeah, no competition and nothing to run from or hide from. And within 9 generations, every time they hit a population limit, and then they had like these albino rats that like would they just laid around. And then you had these like who were the previous, defender rats. They would attack their own people. You had these mothers who wouldn't take care of their babies. You had these food gatherers that didn't gather the food and put it into a public space. You had brawls out in the middle of nowhere, and then you had people who didn't care at all. I mean, rats that didn't care at all. And so the scientist came to this conclusion after 24 different experiments over his lifetime. He didn't say that we're doomed. It's not, people have interpreted this as, you know, um, we've lost, technology is going to take our purpose and we're going to succumb to it. And the scientist didn't say that. He was like, no, you have to just ensure that there are roles to
Hmm.
play
Yep.
and purpose to strive for. Um, and so that's what I'm trying to do. That's like now that I'm talking about it, like that's what is this is the new landscape you're in.
Yep.
Don't look at it negatively. Look at it as how can I use this to my advantage? How can I build onto my life for this? How do I play the game until we make a game that doesn't have to be a win-lose?
Yep. Exactly. So I would like to share with you that AI do seems to
Hey, I do.
be
Let me see. I'm pulling over the.
complete. Here, sir. Let me see what happens here.
Hey, I do. We're gonna make a T-shirt.
I'm gonna make one called AI What, and it's gonna be what's next.
Yeah. No, I would love a T-shirt that was like,
Oh no.
ask me about my what I do, what AI do.
AI do. Ask me about what
Ask
my
me about my
AI
A.
do.
Yeah, that or ask me about my AI do.
Ask me how my AI do. It could just be
Yeah,
different ways
yeah,
to phrase it though
yeah.
too, and then you know, AI
Perfect.
do.
AI do.
We're gonna make that a
That would be
statement.
a great marketing
Yeah,
ploy.
like when we do these podcasts, like we should be like, that's our kickoff. AI do. Welcome to AI
AI do.
do.
Do your AI do? Because ours does.
Hey, bro, you got it? AI do. that's that's how I explained it to my wife.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, but we should definitely start looking at t-shirts. They make t-shirts next door to the office, so should be
No,
alright.
we definitely should.
You see it over here doing his thing though. Let me see. I actually built
No, let,
a.
let me blow your screen up.
Let me pull my Discord up because I actually built. That's what I was doing in that text conversation this morning was the workflow for AI
Hmm.
ops. So it's AI thought, AI start latest. Look at that thing. Look at that thing.
Hmm.
Let's go. All right, and then it tells you
Is
to.
that AI doing stuff right there?
Yeah, yes sir. All right, and
What'd you just
then
paste?
it told me what to paste. So
Oh, hell
it
yeah.
told me to go to my work tree. Made a work tree. It runs worktree doctor to make sure the worktree has like your .env files. Builds a
Mm-hmm.
roadmap config for it, so AI do knows what's there. And then from here, you should be able to AI do. All right, it says create source or approve deterministic. So AI clean, AI review,
Sick.
AI next.
Golly.
And then what I was doing was AI finish. That just pushed it. AI next. AI thought next work candidate. Yeah, bro. So AI
Wow.
thought, AI start latest again. It's the same cycle. AI do, AI clean, AI review, AI next. Next. Let me make sure this is right. Go to market strategy thoughts. Make sure there's nothing about this the same as the last one. So we're not going in circles. Business objectives was the last one. So you can tell we're changing work trees, which means we're going through phases.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we need to make sure that's phasing. So, what did I do? AI thought. Next candidate is going to be, let's see what it pushes. Keep, what? Oh, it miscopied. Alright, AI start latest. I'm actually being lazy enough to be like, I might not, so it looks like we're repeating ourselves
Mm-hmm.
like I thought. No source changes are present, no deterministic AI do will not call legacy. So it's still glitching a little bit, but we're getting the rotation in place where it goes through its cross
God dang. I
trees.
mean, like, how many lines was that, though? Gotta be a
Yeah.
couple hundred.
Oh yeah, for sure. So what I can do is I can share this over here, and yeah, that's our workflow there. Maybe I pull it up directly on Discord instead of yeah there. That way the stream's clear. But let's see. Minimize. There we go. Let's see what it says.
Hey, and so now we can point marketing at this live
All
stream,
right. You see this right
right?
here? Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
Cool.
Um, like I can have it promote like consistently. We can talk about that. You see how it's having me type this in?
No.
Go back
All
to
I see is TBI AI ops, AI workflow.
go to my other stream then.
My
Share.
bad.
No, you're good. I flipped it on you, I think.
Not me, admins. Okay, I'm on it.
All right. You see how it told me to type this approval here?
Yeah.
So this is the manual catches, and this is all you have to do. You could literally copy and paste that, but
Yeah, but it
uh,
just makes you put your fingers on it, and then that
yeah,
way you look at it
and
and
make
say,
sure.
why am I approving this? What am I
Yeah.
approving?
Yep.
Dude, and that is the Lamina TBI Green Cube, like, fundamental process right there.
See the
Checks and balances.
contributor. So you see how it broke right there?
Launching, but not launching to where the rocket disappears,
Let's see.
breaks apart.
There it goes. Fix itself. Add a contributor. Alright, so we have to add messages to that. I didn't know that. An add. When prompted. See?
I gotta tell you though, Tim, I'm gonna have to like have you watch me whenever it comes time for me to get on this, I mean, you have to watch me and coach me,
Oh, for sure.
big time.
This is uh this is built to have guardrails in it now more than we had before. So
Cool.
and everything's recoverable. Like I broke the website this morning somehow. I don't know. Um,
Mhm.
but I'll get it fixed in a few seconds. And I'm not really stressing.
Well, let's see. Let me move the taskbar. Like if you have two windows of Explorer and open, you can toggle between them when you need to. There's only the open Palmer Labs win home window. What was the last thing it told me to do? Start at NAT caching error points. Fix it by making open launch Palmer Labs request. Search. Search for an opening or any existing launch plus window. Create the duplicate pop-up ads first, then run this.
So yeah, like take a TBI AI ops and that whole concept that we were looking at a minute ago and apply that to like business logic and a business owner being able to make more
Exactly.
efficient thought processes by
You
knowing
don't
all that needs to be
you
known.
don't you don't go and change a process without checks and balances in a business.
Stress
It shouldn't be
test
any different.
environments, right? I guess that's
Yeah,
really what it's about. A place that you can come over and break stuff and make sure that what you want to do works first. And I mean,
no, Tim, like that's Palmer Labs. It's like it is all it is all systems, and that is the why it's driving me so hard to build this is because I need these kids to think on system level. Everything is a system, and you can play the system, and you can build the system, and you can improve the system, but you need to do it the way that is measured, right?
mhm.
Like, how do you like checks and balances? I don't know. Just it all circles into itself.
Did you see this? Are you still watching the
I'm
MyMI
watching.
admin?
Yeah,
You still see this? You see this?
yeah.
So this is its phases based on priority. You see the score?
Amazing. Yeah,
And it's telling you what it's doing. It's building a golden task, building a golden
dude.
task,
And we had
deep
this
vacuum
thought,
tube.
but I did not expect. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew what you meant whenever we were first conceptualizing this, but
Hmm.
seeing it's different.
Failed AI clean, AI review. You see how it pauses?
Yeah,
That's how you know Llama and them are running.
I do have a lot to do today. Can you make us some breakfast? Do you want me to make us some breakfast? I said, do you want me to make us some breakfast? Okay, cool.
Okay, this is not working like I expected it to. Base repo. I'm in the wrong base. I'm in the wrong repo. I'm gonna go refresh my coffee cup 1 second.
I got you. I'm about to go hop on some projects we got today. Give this a break. It was a good session though, Tim. Tim, I'm gonna have to hop for a little while. It was a good session though, bro. Yeah. 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 Yep. Yep. I will. Y'all have a great day. Peace.